and welcome to another episode of The Tyranny Show. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about 5 signs your hair care regimen isn't working or the hairstyles that you're choosing to use is causing damage to your hair. So let's go with sign number 1. So sign number 1, your hair is the same length year over year. So we know that, if we are living and if we are breathing, then our organs are functioning, right? So if we are living and breathing, our organs are functioning, but our hair, which is essentially a part of our body, is the same length year over year, then that means that something is wrong with either our hair care regimen or the hairstyles we're choosing, or you could have a health issue or you're taking certain medications that is causing your hair to stay the same length year over year. Even though hair is dead, so the hair that grows out of your head, like out of your scalp, is actually dead after it grows, but your scalp is still a living organism and it's still producing hair follicles. So your hair is actually growing year over year, but you're not seeing length retention. One of the reasons could be you don't have a regimen. So you're not deep conditioning, you're not conditioning, you are not, detoxing your hair and your scalp. You're just not taking care of your hair in the way it should be taken care of. Or if you have a regimen, that regimen may be false for you. So for example, you're co-washing when you shouldn't be co-washing. Your hair type does not work well with co-washing. You should be shampooing and then conditioning. People who have fine strands, co-washing is probably not recommended so much for them because you get the product built up. And when you have fine strands, your hair is easily damaged. So you need to be using a shampoo. You don't need to be using heavy products. You need to use lightweight products so that your hair can thrive. Number 2, thinning at your edges. So if you're experiencing thinning edges, this is absolutely not normal unless you are suffering from alopecia. If you are suffering from traction alopecia, that is a result of hair practices in terms of hairstyles. If you're wearing a lot of tension styles, braids, if you're keeping braids in for too long, if the braids are too small, they're pulling on your edges, or if you're wearing weaves and they're sewn in too tight, or if you're wearing ponytails that are too tight, then that is why your sides, your edges are thinning. So it's not normal. So what you'll need to do if you are a person that wears tension hairstyles a lot, stop doing that. Try to alternate between styles that don't put stress on the edges. If you know that you're suffering from traction alopecia, same thing, quit the braids for a while, quit the weaves or the tension styles that are causing your traction alopecia, and then your edges will start to grow back. Now, if you are suffering from, a medical condition, then that's something different. But thinning sides over time is not normal. Number 3, shedding excessively. So our hair is supposed to shed every day. So we have several shed hairs every day. But if you do a wash day every week and there's clumps of hair coming out in the shower or clumps of hair coming out every day, there's a problem. You're either suffering from a lot of stress, or if you're on a certain medication and that medication causes hair loss, or you're dealing with some kind of internal issue, or you just had a baby and you're experiencing postpartum hair loss. These are reasons that cause excessive shedding. If none of these, is your issue, then your shedding is probably caused by a lack of a good hair care routine and also a lack of, good products, or you just need to change up your regimen. Number 4, your hair is natural, but it's straight and it's curly in some sections. That's not necessarily normal. So when you see that your hair may be straight in some sections and curly in some sections, it's probably due to heat damage. So if you are prone to silk presses, if you've had a silk press and you notice that certain areas of your hair, has not gone back to its natural curl pattern, then your hair is suffering from heat damage. Unfortunately, the only way to get rid of heat damage is to wait for that hair to grow out, because heat damage, it changes the structure of the protein of the hair, which is called denaturation. So there's no reversing of heat damage. You're just gonna have to wait for your hair to grow out. So straight and curly hair on the same head is not normal. Just wait for it to grow out. And number 5, dull and dry hair. If your hair looks dull and dry all the time, that's a sign that something is wrong. Maybe you need to hydrate, like drink lots of water, or maybe you need to switch up your regimen, do a scalp and hair detox to get rid of like excessive buildup, product buildup, debris on the hair that's causing it to look dry and dull. But that's definitely not normal. Also, after you've done your detox, you want to do a deep conditioning treatment. Do a deep conditioning treatment, rinse that out, then use a leave-in conditioner with a nice oil blend to seal in the moisture. After you've done this a couple of times, then you will see the luster and the shine start to come back to your hair. So let's go over it again. So 5 signs your hair regimen isn't working, or the hairstyles that you're choosing to wear are not working for your hair. Number 1, hair being the same length year over year. This is not normal. Something needs to change. Number 2, thinning sides, definitely not normal. I talked about it earlier. If this is happening to you, then you need to switch something up. Stop wearing the tension styles. Number 3, shedding excessively also is not normal. If your hair is shedding excessively, if you just had a baby, that's normal. Or if you're taking certain medications, then that's probably why your hair is shedding. Or if you're really stressed, then your hair probably will shed. If those are not happening, then, you probably need to change up your hair care regimen. Number 3, straight and curly textures on the same head of hair. And number 4. And number 5, dull and dry looking hair. I hope that these tips were helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Have a great day.